Your sister did something terrible behind your back. A family member helped them. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, listen carefully. Archangel Michael says he has been whispering this to your soul for a long time, but you've been too distracted, too trusting, too overwhelmed with emotions, and too broken-hearted to understand. But now the time has come. This is not just a warning. It is a divine intervention. Something terrible was done behind your back and the truth cannot be buried anymore. You must not ignore this message. Do not share this with anyone right now. There's a reason heaven is asking you to keep this between us for now. This is about your sister. This is about betrayal. This is about the moment you stopped questioning her love because you believe that blood always protects. But Michael saw everything. He stood beside you when you cried alone. He watched when your sister smiled in your face and buried knives in your shadow. You may not remember the moment clearly, but God says the timeline of this pain goes far back. Before you even understood jealousy, before you could even spell the word betrayal, a family member helped her. Someone you trusted so deeply that you would never suspect them. That's what makes this pain more divine in scale. It's not just a wound. It's a spiritual crime. You have been sensing something. That heaviness in your chest. That eerie feeling when she enters a room. The way your blessings start to shrink when she's near. You brush it off as paranoia. But Archangel Michael says it's discernment, not imagination. God didn't make you sensitive for nothing. That discernment is your divine radar. It's time you activate it. Your sister did something spiritually dangerous. She tried to block your destiny. She made decisions behind your back with another family member, one you called your protector, who agreed with her because they too were uncomfortable with your rising light. Heaven is not silent anymore. There's a divine consequence unfolding right now. When you were a child, you remember feeling unloved or compared. That wasn't just in your head. It started there. Subtle manipulation. Strategic isolation. God says they wanted to dim your light before you even knew you had one. When you started achieving, when blessings began to find you, that's when they whispered among themselves, who do they think they are, and they acted. You need to hear this. They plotted something that affected your money, your love life, and your mental health. This is not about cursing them. This is about releasing you. You deserve to be free from manipulation disguised as family concern. Michael is furious. His sword of justice is drawn. He said you were too kind, too patient, and too forgiving. That's why the delay, but the season of silence is over. You must open your eyes. A document was hidden from you. A decision was made without your consent. There were messages deleted, conversations that never reached you, and a lie told about you that turned someone important against you. You need to reclaim what was stolen. Not just material things, but your truth. You weren't crazy. You weren't being too emotional. You were being gaslit by people who didn't want you to see their real face. Your sister laughed after doing it. That's what breaks Michael's heart. She didn't even feel guilty. She justified it. She convinced herself that you had enough, that you didn't need that relationship. That opportunity, that inheritance. Yes, that's what this is also about. There is something with your name on it that was diverted, but God says no more. You are about to be vindicated in such a shocking way that even the people who sided with her will turn away in disbelief. God is not punishing her because of you. He's revealing the truth to protect your destiny. You kept asking, why is my life so hard when I've done nothing but love my people? And heaven wept every time you said that, because God wanted to tell you, but you weren't ready. Now you are. Now your spirit is awake enough to handle the truth. You are not the black sheep. You were never the problem. You were just the most spiritually aware person in a family of silent saboteurs. This hurts. It's not easy to digest. But once you process this truth, a new power will rise in you. There is something urgent you must do. You must not confront her now. That's what she's hoping for. She wants a scene so she can manipulate your emotions and make you look unstable. Instead, stay silent but observant. Look at who starts acting nervous around you. Look at who avoids your gaze. Look at who suddenly becomes over-friendly to distract you. These are signs. God is showing you who was in the room when they conspired against you. Your energy is shifting and it's making the guilty ones panic. That's confirmation. Michael says this betrayal was personal. It had layers. Your sister took something you deserved. Something sacred, a relationship, a job, money, a voice in the family. She took it because deep down she couldn't stand the idea of you being chosen, loved, or celebrated more than her. It wasn't about resources. It was about recognition. That's what makes it more painful. She didn't steal bread because she was hungry. She tried to steal your crown because she couldn't bear your glow. But God says this, you will rise anyway. Even after all they did, you will rise. The divine table is still being prepared. Your name is still written in the heavenly scroll of favor, and what was delayed is not denied. In fact, now that heaven has exposed this, the compensation will be doubled. Yes. What was blocked is returning. What was sabotaged is coming back stronger. The job, the relationship, the blessings, they are circling back. You are about to witness divine justice, and it won't require revenge. God says, vengeance is mine. Let him handle it. You just focus on healing, on listening to Michael's whisper, on writing down every intuitive nudge you get from now on. Because clues are everywhere. God is using signs, dreams, even overheard conversations to show you what they did, when they did it, and how he is undoing it. There's also a secret child involved. Yes, you may not know this, but one of the family members who helped your sister has been hiding the truth about a child or pregnancy. It connects to the betrayal. It connects to the reason you were kept out of a decision. This is deeper than you imagined. But God is saying you don't need to investigate everything. You only need to stay spiritually alert. The full story is coming to you without effort. People are about to confess. Some out of guilt, some out of fear, some because God is disturbing their peace until they clear your name. And here's the miracle. You will be honored publicly. Yes, people who laughed behind your back will witness your restoration. You will be invited into rooms your sister tried to block. You will get calls, letters, emails. Open them. Something about paperwork that was lost is being found. Something signed in secrecy is being reversed. What was said about you behind closed doors is now being shouted by angels in open heaven. And the loudest voice is God's. He says, "That's my child. Touch not my anointed." Michael wants you to cleanse your space. There's energy in your home that came through visits, gifts, or objects. Given by people who were part of this betrayal, an item in your home is spiritually infected. It may carry blocked energy. Pray over your house. Remove anything that feels heavy. Cleanse with salt, water, worship, or just pure intention. God's presence is entering your home again, stronger than ever. A miracle is going to happen in the next 21 days. Something major that they said you'd never have is coming to you. A financial shift, a romantic restoration, a spiritual activation. Watch closely. The people who helped your sister will try to return with fake kindness. You must discern, not hate. Forgive, but do not forget. Guard your blessings this time. Keep your wins private until they are rooted. God says your heart is too pure for what was done to you. That's why He is stepping in now. That's why this message is long and raw and unfiltered. Because this is not just information. This is transformation. You are being rebuilt. God is realigning your path. Your name is being spoken in rooms of power. What was buried in lies is rising in glory. And no one, not your sister, not the family member who helped her, not the people who doubted you, can stop it. Now, a mysterious stranger will appear in your life soon. This person carries keys. Maybe not physical keys, but symbolic ones. Access, knowledge, opportunities. Pay attention. Don't let your trauma make you reject divine help. Heaven is sending people to uplift you. They may look ordinary, but they carry the mark of God. Trust your spirit. Michael says you are surrounded now. Angels are at every corner of your life. And your ancestors, the ones who prayed for you even before you were born, they are rejoicing. Because this breakthrough isn't just for you. It's generational. You're the chosen one who breaks the curse. That's why you were attacked so much. That's why they targeted you, but it's over now. Heaven has ruled in your favor. Do not be afraid when things start moving fast. Divine speed is different from chaos. Sudden changes are part of this shift. Let go of what breaks your soul, even if it wears a familiar face. You own no one loyalty that costs your peace. You own no one's silence when your soul wants to speak. Speak your truth. Even if your voice trembles, you are entering the season of recompense. This is not the end. This is your divine beginning. The betrayal was brutal. Yes. But the blessing will be breathtaking. Watch God turn this pain into power. Watch heaven open doors so wide, even your enemies will have to applaud. You are chosen. You are covered and you are rising. God has spoken. Archangel Michael has confirmed, don't tell anyone this yet. Just wait. Watch. Listen. The truth is already unfolding. You are not alone. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep going. Restlessly in the realm of dreams, pulled toward the door by something it couldn't explain. Archangel Michael says, your soul tried to rise, tried to reach out, but something ancient wrapped around the moment like a cloud. She did not come with rage. She did not come with chaos, but she came with weight. The kind of weight that only truth can carry. And now that truth is sitting at the threshold of your destiny, waiting for you to recognize it. There are forces that have tried to keep this truth hidden from you. There are people who have whispered behind your back, gathered in circles of secrecy, and made agreements that had your name written in shadows. But they didn't count on divine timing. They didn't expect heaven to interrupt, and they certainly didn't plan for her to arrive. Michael says she is not from the world, you know, she belongs to the in-between, to the edge of what's holy and what's hidden. Her silence was not absence. It was instruction. It was command. She did not knock because your soul was supposed to hear her in the silence. She didn't speak because her presence was already a voice. And what she left behind is not just for you. It's about you. It's the unraveling of what's been tangled. The beginning of a revelation so powerful that the enemy has already started shaking. There was a time you prayed in tears, asking God why people you trusted turned against you. Why those who claimed to love you disappeared when you needed them most. Why certain relationships ended without reason. Why some doors closed with no explanation. You begged for answers. You even doubted your worth. But now heaven says the time for silence is over. What was hidden will now be seen. And the object she left behind, though unseen, will activate the revelation you've been waiting for. Michael's voice is trembling, not with fear, but with urgency. He says, this is your moment. This is not just another spiritual message. This is a divine event. Something sacred has touched your home. Something you didn't call for, but your soul attracted because of your endurance. Because of your pain, because of the nights you cried but still believed. Because of the attacks you faced but still prayed. She came not just with a message but with divine consequence. Those who tried to block your path will now feel the shift, the woman who smiled in your face but cursed you behind closed doors. She felt the cold wind last night and knew something had changed. The man who pretended to help you but secretly sabotaged your progress. He's waking up today with restlessness in his bones. The relatives who gossiped, the ex who lied, the friend who betrayed, all of them are about to witness something beyond their control. Because when she stood at your door, the realm of heaven issued a decree. Michael drew his sword and declared, "No more shall this child of God walk in confusion. No more shall they suffer without truth. No more shall they carry the burden of others' betrayal." Tonight, heaven intervenes. God says your timeline has shifted. What you thought was delayed was actually protected. What you thought was denied was being rerouted for divine exposure. The letter you didn't receive, the call that never came, the opportunity that slipped away, they're all returning in a new form. But first, you must deal with what she left behind. Because what she brought was both a gift and a mirror. A reflection of what you've survived and what you're becoming. God says, look deeper. Your dreams will start revealing more. Symbols will come. An old key, a candle, a broken clock, a pair of silent eyes in your dreams. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual breadcrumbs pulling you toward the full revelation. And Michael says there's more. After she left, Michael followed her. He wanted to know why now, why you? Why this moment? And she turned to him, though she hadn't spoken a single word all night. And she said something that shook the heavens. Because they're ready. Michael trembled, not because of fear, but because heaven had waited so long for those words. All the angels paused. Every record of your name was opened. Your prayers, your battles, your rejections, your silent tears, they all lit up in the book of destiny. And a new light surrounded your name. A divine light, a conquering light. The woman wasn't just a messenger. She was a gatekeeper. She came to deliver what the enemy tried to bury. She came to unlock the next chapter of your life. One written by heaven, not by people's opinions. And now God says the chains are cracking. The delay is crumbling. And your breakthrough is not coming. It has arrived. You will begin to feel it in your body. A heaviness lifting, a sudden sense of clarity, a realization that you've been protected more than you knew. Archangel Michael says, the time for apology from the world is here. Those who mocked you will watch you rise. Those who said you were crazy will ask for your wisdom. Those who abandoned you will wish they'd stayed. But you must not go back. The object she left at your door is not a souvenir. It's a sword. God says you're being armed for something holy. You are being prepared for sudden elevation. A door will open before this week ends. A message will arrive out of nowhere. A person of influence sent not by man but by God will speak your name in a room you've never entered. What they say will shift your life permanently. And when you wonder why this is happening now, remember the silence of the woman. Remember her eyes. Remember her standing still, holding something wrapped in cloth, unseen to the world, but burning in the spirit. You've been chosen for a moment that others won't understand. You'll be tempted to explain yourself to make people comfortable with your blessing. But God says, do not shrink to fit their comfort, do not dim your light to suit their jealousy. What is coming is not for everyone to understand. It is for you to walk in boldly with faith. Michael says you are about to receive 2 confirmations. One will come through a stranger and it will pierce your heart with accuracy. The second will come through a dream and it will shake your soul. Both will confirm that what the woman left was not from this world. It was sacred. It was strategic. And it was sealed with fire. And now the war intensifies, not around you, but for you. The enemy is aware. They felt the tremor in the spirit. They are scrambling, trying to reassign traps, but it's too late. You've already been marked. The heavens have already shifted. Your angels have already been dispatched. And the woman, the one who stood at your door, she has already returned to the throne of God and said, mission complete. God says, everything that was taken from you is being restored with interest. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the lost time, the stolen opportunities, they are all returning, multiplied, but not in the way you expect. Some blessings will come through new people. Some answers will come through strange encounters. Some favor will arrive through open doors that others tried to block. And the world will watch, confused, as you rise. Michael says, do not fear the next few days. Strange things may happen. A shadow at your window. A cold breeze with no wind. A voice calling your name when no one is there. Do not fear, these are signs. Indicators that the object she left is activating. The truth is rising. The chains are breaking. You are not alone. You have been surrounded by protection you cannot see. And the woman, though she will not return to your door, will remain with you in spirit. She is one of the watchers, assigned to you not by accident, but by lineage. You carry something in your bloodline that hell fears. Something your ancestors dreamed about but never reached. Something she came to protect and preserve, and now it rests in your hands. Michael says, speak these words aloud before you sleep. I accept what heaven has assigned to me. I will not run from my calling. I will not hide my light. I receive the object. I receive the truth. And I step into my divine season fully. When you speak those words, angels will move. When you accept what has been placed at your spiritual doorstep, your life will begin to change faster than you can comprehend. People will start behaving differently around you. Not because you've changed, but because they sense the fire. They'll say you're glowing. They'll say something feels different. And you'll know why. Because God says the wait is over. Michael says the warfare was worth it. And the woman, the silent ancient one who stood under the moonlight at your door, is now watching from heaven, smiling. Her job is done. You are now in possession of what was always meant for you. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop at this time. Archangel Michael says, don't ignore this. This is not for everyone. This is for you. Don't tell anyone yet. Just read it. Listen to the voice inside you as it begins to tremble and recognize the truth. There is something you felt for a long time. A strange heaviness, a whisper of pain you couldn't explain. You were right to feel it. Someone very close to you, someone you trusted, did something terrible behind your back. And the one who helped her was even closer than you imagined. It wasn't a stranger. It was someone who smiles in your presence and hides secrets behind that smile.